Not all victims of Tuesday's deadly bus crash in Venice have been identified nearly 24 hours on, a prosecutor says. DNA samples might be used to confirm the identities of some of the 21 killed who were not carrying personal documents, said Bruno Cherchi. An electric bus broke through a flyover barrier on Tuesday evening, plunging almost 15 meters, 50 feet, in Mestre, which is connected to Venice by a bridge. 3 children including a baby were among the dead, according to officials. The bus was carrying 39 tourists from the center of Venice to a campsite. Venice Mayor Luigi Brugnaro said a huge tragedy had taken place. An apocalyptic scene, there are no words, he said on social media. CCTV footage of the flyover showed the vehicle driving past another bus before toppling off the carriageway. One rescuer spoke of a tragedy of young people, if not very young people, except for a few adults. 15 people are known to have been injured, 5 of them seriously. Venice officials said they included Ukrainians, Austrians, Spaniards and other foreign tourists. Among the injured were 2 16-year-olds and 2 younger children, the local governor said. 2 German brothers, aged 7 and 13, were being treated for broken bones in hospital in nearby Treviso. Their parents were killed in the accident and the boys were being given counseling. Venice prosecutor Mestre Cherchi said only 3 or 4 survivors had so far been able to talk to investigators by Wednesday afternoon. The bus crashed at around 17:45 GMT. On Tuesday, it had apparently been rented by a local company to pick up tourists from the historic center of Venice to a campsite in the nearby Margara district. Witnesses saw the bus scraping along the guardrail on the flyover for 50 meters, before tumbling to the ground, the prosecutor added. The bus company emphasized that the 13-ton vehicle was electric, discounting earlier reports that it also ran on methane gas. Fire Brigade Commander Mauro Lungo told Il Gazzettino website that the bus's batteries caught fire and they made the task of clearing the bus a complex operation. Witnesses said they could hear people screaming, but the flames were too high to intervene. A 27-year-old Gambian worker and a colleague were among the first people to reach the scene. He told how he had pulled 3 or 4 people from the bus, including a young girl. One man called Leonardo said he heard the sound of strong braking before the sound of the crash, and he rushed to find out what had happened. I wanted to help, he told La Presse website, but I was prevented by a friend of mine and a policewoman because the bus was still in flames and in danger of blowing up. What is unclear is why the bus left the flyover on a downhill stretch of the road and careered through a guardrail and metal barrier. Police are looking at video from security cameras near the crash site. The 40-year-old driver, Alberto Rizzotto, had worked for the bus company for 7 years and there was no indication on the road that he had tried to brake before the crash. In his last Facebook post, he said he was running a shuttle to Venice. The head of the Veneto region, Luca Zaia, said everything points to the driver being taken ill in the moments before losing control of the bus. However, he added that it was prudent not to speculate on the causes of the accident. Massimo Ferrese, from La Linea Bus Company, said the vehicle was less than a year old and the driver highly experienced. There's a video of the bus just before it falls, he told the ANSA news agency. The vehicle arrives, slows down and brakes. It's almost at a standstill when it crashes through the guardrail. I think the driver must have fallen ill, because otherwise I can't explain it. Firefighters eventually removed the wrecked bus from the scene early on Wednesday. A reception point staffed by psychologists and psychiatrists has been set up at a nearby hospital to provide support for the victims' families. Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said the country's thoughts were with the victims and their family and friends.